Hello. Welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 292. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where the tutors talk.
You don't know what I always wanted growing up?
What is that?
So Vince Jablonski always had a, not always, but when we were in like middle school, he had like a crossbody backpack with just one strap. A crossbody backpack with one strap. And I always thought it was the coolest shit ever. And I always wanted one. And then you brought one home. And it's like a little too small. But I was like, damn, dude. 15 years later.
You still want one?
Shit's coming to reality.
I will say my only issue with that backpack.
I love it. I can't wait. Keep going.
Is that one shoulder gets really sore and tired. I mean, that one is nice because then I can like switch the clips and switch it to the other side. But then the other side gets really sore.
Yeah, dude. That's why I love a backpack. TBH.
Yeah.
Because both shoulders are sore then.
Yeah. I think on vacation, because I was like, oh, I'll just bring the crossbody. No. I think I'm going to pack the Merrill and then pack the to-go backpack.
Smart. Yeah, it's smart.
Yep.
I'm going to be fucking bum-arming around trying to carry my Merrill.
Yeah.
Just all fucked up.
This is how it's going to go, right? I'm going to be carrying my carry-on and my Merrill, and you're just going to be rolling around your luggage with your backpack on there.
That's a good idea, now that you mention it. I'm not that mean. What I'll do to make it better is I'll carry my Merrill. You'll carry your Merrill, and you'll roll around.
Both bags.
Yep. That's pretty nice of me.
Yep. So, guys, we're going on vacation tomorrow.
This is Tuesday.
Yes. Shaun and I have never figured out a good way to do luggage. Just never. I liked how we did the road trip with one big suitcase, because then it was just so easy to just take out the suitcase, bring it in, take what we need out, go on. The only issue with the road trip is we just overpacked to the max, because we're like, we got this whole car, let's fill it up.
Yeah.
So then we had like all of our vitamins. We had way too much shit.
Dude, we did too. We had our fucking protein, vitamins, every goddamn thing.
So that was not ideal. But then when we go like internationally or anywhere we're going to fly, we pack the
bare minimum
of things. And so we've done different things. We have these really big backpacks, but they just have duffel bags that can be backpacks.
Yeah.
But they're just way too heavy, and plus multiple times I've gotten stopped because they're like, that's not gonna fit. I'm like, he has the same bag and you let him go.
Just 'cause
it looks massive on me compared to Shaun.
Right.
But those were very uncomfortable.
Very
Uncomfortable. So then we got some nicer ones that are backpacks,
yeah,
that are like suitcases. Like, you can zip it all up and flop it over, and it has one thing. And that one was really nice, actually, for Europe.
Yes, it was.
The only issue is, like, constantly Shaun's arms go numb.
Yeah, got too much meat up there.
So you can wear lighter backpacks fine, right? Like
lighter backpacks are fine. And I had the issue rucking, too. Something about the straps coming down on my delts cuts off circulation, and my arms go numb.
Yep. So, like, there'd be times where I would just have both of our big backpacks on. Not often, but every once in a while. Because it doesn't bother me.
Right.
And then when I have two of them on, then it, like...
levels you out.
Levels me out. It's nice, actually.
I prefer carrying bags on my front way more than my back.
Yeah. But so for this one, I was like, Shaun, let's just get you a carry-on that rolls. Because then, like, if I do the big backpack, we can just put that on the handle of the rolly bag for, like, going through the airport and everything. And then, like, obviously on the plane, I'll probably have to carry it myself. And then we'll have our two backpacks as our personal items. And I'm really hoping that's the ticket.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
What if we just did one backpack as a personal item and not two?
I'm just worried if we're not next to each other.
I'm not worried about that.
Oh, okay. We'll see. We'll see how much. Because are you bringing your tablet or no?
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Were you going to do that?
Yeah. I have to.
I don't know. Will I use it?
I don't know. If I'm doing stuff on there, you'll probably also do stuff on there, won't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. What else we got?
I don't know. Just give us some input on the debate, even though it'll be after we leave. And we'll let you know on Monday how the suitcasage went.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Been going to the gym. Gym's been very unexciting. Very unexciting. Keith did bring in a new
Leg machine.
leg machine.
Did you see it today?
Yeah, it's another leg press.
Nice.
Yeah. And he put the two calf machines next to each other. He turned them, put them next to each other. And then he turned the two leg extensions and put those next to each other.
No shit. That actually makes sense.
A lot of sense.
Huh. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But then I think he turned something else, and that weirded me out because then you're like directly looking at the person doing hamstring curls on their stomach. And so I wanted to use that machine today, but there was someone like on this machine and they would have been just staring right at my ass, and I was just like, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Damn, I kind of want to use that now.
Mm-hmm. The other machine, not the leg extension.
No, the hamstring curl one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
That's
people look at my ass.
I mean, I look at it all the time.
Yeah, it's little.
Yeah. No.
Small rumpus.
No. But yeah, I don't know. I've been just busy doing work stuff, trying to get things done before we left.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of our big projects is going live tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That one's going to be kind of interesting because that's going to be the highest priced flip we've done.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really excited about that to kind of see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious because like the whole basement and so 3 of the bedrooms are tile.
Mm-hmm.
Which like we don't see a lot of that here, but it's a very like southern state thing because it's something that we've talked about, like, oh, it'd be really cool to actually have like a house full of tile. But not a whole lot of people do it here. So I'm like curious to see what people have to say about that.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we got that coming up, which would be good. And got a lot of work.
We got a lot of work coming up. I think we plan to leave at like the best time though.
Yeah, things seem where it's like a couple jobs are getting wrapped up and stuff, and then we'll be gone before a bunch more start. So I think it's all right. I think things are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So work's pretty good. Have 3 leads on flips right now.
Oh wow.
Yep.
It's so funny because it's always when Shaun's like, we need to start advertising because like we're gonna be running out of projects soon, and then it's just like
3 flips. I was like, oh.
Yep.
Awesome. 2 of them for sure. I think 2 of them we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Depending on. I don't know. I'm not really sure what depending on.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're gonna get 2 of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's cool.
third one.
Possibly.
I'm trying to put it together in my brain. For the right price, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for the right price, I think I could get after it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, we'll see about it, though.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see and stuff. So.
Random. It kind of goes off of the... So today you told us, like, it's the same wavelength thing.
Yeah.
So we have an office meeting this morning, and Shaun and Kyle are wearing the exact same outfit, minus a hat.
to the fucking T. Black shoes, blue jeans.
And like the same shade blue too.
Yeah. Green t-shirt, black zip up. It's like, how do we do this?
It was wild. So Brooke and I were talking about something later on. Oh, because she was talking about she doesn't drink enough water. And like, whatever. And I was just like, you should also be taking Celtic sea salt.
Celtic sea salt, yeah.
And I was like, Shaun and I just like grab a little
pinchy pinch, little
pinch,
nib.
especially before bed, and drink some water with it. And I was like, it really helps like your muscles retain water better. And it has like so many minerals and other benefits too. Not even so she like wrote it down too, because she's just like, oh, like I should get this. 2-3 hours later, her coworker out at the bar, Ricky, sent her a video about how good Celtic sea salt is for you. And she's just like, what are the odds that I had 2 people tell me in the same day that I need to do this?
I swear to God. I swear this shit's on wavelengths. It just happened to me yesterday. I was thinking, no. It happened today. I was coming out of festival. I was like, that really looks like so-and-so. I look left. And I don't know if it was them or not, the person I thought it was. And I look left. And coming from the opposite side of the parking lot's the husband, right? Like for sure, no doubt about it. The lady who I thought it was, her husband, right? They don't look at each other. They don't say anything. They like don't even like nothing. And I was just like, what just happened? So I like somehow I was like, oh, it looks like. So I don't think it was actually the lady I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Because what's the chances that like they don't say, hi, honey, how are you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like acknowledge each other. Yeah.
Like literally anything. There was nothing. So I was like, how crazy is it? Like I see someone that looks like someone that more likely than not wasn't the person. And then I see their significant other.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It happens a lot with us. We've said this a lot on here. Like, we'll talk about things on this podcast. And then, like, Andy Frisella would talk about it 2 days later.
Right.
Or, like, there's one time, actually a couple times, I've done, like, Instagram posts about things. And then, like, someone else who has a bigger account will post about the exact same thing 2 days later. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, there is a quote on our wall at the office that says, Shaun and I are geniuses.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there is.
It goes to show we actually know what we're talking about.
I guess so. Sometimes. Nah, that shit's funny. Yeah, I believe being on the same wavelength a lot. It's like when Kyle and I, 7 p.m., one random night, boom. Like, I'm like, oh, I should text Kyle update for, like, tomorrow's day. As I'm 3/4 of the way through my message, I get a message from Kyle with his update for the next day. And then I send mine like a second, like within 5 seconds later. And he's like, what the fuck?
And it's funny too, because both of you were like, I'm going to have a meeting with Brooke in the morning.
Yeah, that shit was funny, dude.
That was wild. That one was actually wild.
Yeah, well, you want to know what, dude? Fucking Napoleon Hill talks about it in his book, The Law of Success. He believed back then, in the 1910s, 1920s, he believed people would communicate just through the energy fields. He believed people would be able to communicate just through the energy fields with their minds and know what each other are saying. He believed people would be able to read each other's minds, essentially.
Interesting.
From around the world. He thought from anywhere in the world. He thought if you were on the same wavelength, the same frequency, you could pass information between that frequency.
There are definitely times where I don't want to tell you things, and I try to think really hard and hope that it gets to you.
That makes sense.
I couldn't tell you that. It's been a while since I've tried that.
Damn.
Maybe I'll try again. I don't make weird faces, but I'll just like be thinking, like just sitting there and be like, Shaun, let's go to wherever. And then I'll just like keep thinking it over and over and over again. Just hoping that somehow you'll like magically read my mind. Someday it may happen.
Someday it might happen.
You know
I don't know.
what I mean?
I think there's something about it because like radio stations and everything is frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were able to tune your mind, I think we probably have the capabilities of it. We just don't know.
Yeah.
We just have to do it through devices right now.
Yeah.
But I think if we quit worrying about sending money to Ukraine and utilize that $60 billion to build a wall and then spend the other $53 million on like actually researching shit in the world, I bet you we could start making a pretty big dent on some crazy shit like that.
You know what I think is so interesting? So one side is very much into like, let's give money to these other countries because they're in wars, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
When in reality, they want like a socialist country, right? So they want like, not United Healthcare, but they want healthcare for everyone. They want free schooling for everyone.
Yeah.
Like they want everyone to have all these things.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have done that with all of the money we've sent to foreign countries.
Oh, man. If you look at the amount of money we've sent to Israel over the last 70 years, 50, whatever it is, if you look at the money we've sent to these other countries, the trillions, the many, many, many trillions we've sent to other countries, we could have, what is it, basic healthcare or whatever, like free healthcare,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Easy could have that. Could have so many things so easily. We could have built a wall, like 70 times. They could have built a wall like 70 fucking, more than that, like 750 times they could have built that wall.
And then like, well, I suppose if there was like free healthcare, then you wouldn't have like hospitals closing because they're taking in, like Badger Care and stuff. And then, so another thing like with that, because like tuitions have gotten so high.
Yeah.
But it's because it's the same like type of government programs.
Right.
So people get student aid or grants, and like the universities don't get that full amount.
Yeah.
So that's what's causing tuitions to go up because like all these, and it's good, right? Like to allow like people that don't come from like middle or upper class can go to college for free or cheap. But it is affecting like the middle and upper middle class to be able to go because it is causing tuition prices to go up. But so if we weren't giving money to foreign countries, then we could be actually giving that full amount to universities and allowing tuition to not get so high.
I think a little contrary to everybody. I don't think there should be a single government program.
No, 100%. They're terrible at managing money, so why would we?
Like no Social Security,
No.
no Medicare, nothing.
No.
I'm talking no Parks and Recreations, no fucking highway division, nothing.
I mean, all we've learned, like we have friends and family that are in government places, different parts of it. And literally, they all tell us that they just waste money.
Dude,
and they're told to waste money.
I've noticed it first fucking hand. I've watched them waste money first hand, and I got so pissed off. I tell them to their face how fucking ridiculous it is. I had never been so disgusted with the government until I was involved in assisted living. Disgusting how much waste there is. Disgusting. And then you have the social workers with their fucking liberal arts degrees saying like, oh, we do it for the people. We do it for the service. I'm like, the amount of fucking taxpayer dollars you guys waste so that a bunch of different organizations can dip their fucking greedy little hands in this system. You should have fucking point A to point B. This should be the only motherfuckers getting paid. All this bullshit in between, the fucking People only working 30 hours a week with fucking unlimited amount of benefits, not doing a goddamn thing, not actually like doing anything for the clients, just putting it all on the end home. Dude, I'm telling you, it is a goddamn scam out there. Everywhere you look in government, it is scam.
I mean, we know someone that they were hired as like a nighttime maintenance or janitor at like one of the buildings.
Yeah.
And they were like constantly annoying like their supervisor, like, hey, I finished this, like, give me more. Hey, I finished this, give me more. And they're just like, what do you mean? Like, that's supposed to take you all night. And he's just like, how is it supposed to take me all night? And they're just like, well, take your time doing it. And like, so he started taking his time, and he was just like, no, this is like ridiculous. Even taking his time, you'd still finish within the day or whatever, or within the shift, or before the shift was done. And finally, like, he was just like, well, it's night shift. Like, I'm going to just take a nap because I finished all my stuff. And so he got caught on the cameras taking a nap. But he already, like, had angered them a little bit because he was, like, constantly, like, finishing way too quickly and kept asking for more. So they let him go because he napped. But he was just like, you guys purposely want lazy people so you can just waste money. Like, this
100%.
is ridiculous.
Because they don't want their budget cut. Well, I know a gentleman. He works for the county, and so when we're talking about government, we're talking like county, city level. And I was talking to this gentleman that works for the county, and they had washouts in their roads, and so he's like, shit. He went out and fixed the road. It took him like 6 hours, whatever. Went out and fixed it, and he came back and he's like, all right, road's back up and running, and his supervisor's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I went and fixed the road so people could, like, get to work and stuff. And he's like, that's supposed to be a 3 to 4 day job. What were you thinking getting it done in a day? And he's like, so people can go to work? And he's just like, no, that's unacceptable. Like, those jobs, they need to take that long. And so, like, next time that job take you 3 to 4 days. And he's like, yes, that probably ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I'm out. I can't do that.
Well, he works there still, but I'm sure, like, dude's a fucking spitfire. There's no way he, like, is just lazy.
Right.
He's just not that type of dude. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. I'm like, the level of fucking disgust is incredible. But, yeah. So, yeah, I just think there shouldn't be any programs. I think there shouldn't be anything, not food stamps, nothing. You are in the situation you're in because of whatever. Find some way to get out of it. Hopefully you have a support system. If you don't have a support system, well, looks like you're fucking sleeping on the side of the road, getting a job at fucking McDonald's, getting a YMCA membership, and going and moving into a motel.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, it's part of the way of life.
Well, and like, there'll probably still be people that would, like, open businesses to do that. Right, to, like, ask for donations.
100%
like,
there would be.
Yeah.
100% there would be that people would give, homeless
people that
shelters of
actually
sorts.
want to serve the correct people.
100%. Yep. And it would be all based on donations. It could be part of churches and stuff, church with their tithing and whatnot. Like, you could definitely have a homeless shelter attached to a church of sorts, right?
Yeah.
And part of the tithing goes to that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. There's so many ways to do this private, that we don't need the government involved. And if you take away all these things, you get rid of all these things, and now we're not getting taxed at 50 to 60% of our income because we're not getting sales tax, we're not getting property tax, we're not getting taxed on income, we're not getting taxed on Medicare, Social Security, all that, right? Then the capabilities you then have is so high that you're, like, donating then, like donating to a cause, or like, here's a couple examples. I've given this example many times. Like, if there was some companies that owned the parks or owned the roadways, and it was like, yeah, if you want to go to our park, or we have 3 parks, it's a $50 a year pass to go to the parks. Okay, and some people think that's crazy, but it's like, okay, well, hold on, let's think about it for a second. Right now, if you make $100,000 a year, you pay roughly, after all the taxes I just listed, you're paying $50,000 a year
Yeah.
in just taxes to the government or to the city or to the county or whatever, right? Okay, so $50,000, let's say. Okay, now you have to pay two to $5,000 to use the roads for the year. Okay, so let's say we're knocked down to 45. Okay, and now you got to spend $100 a person for your park passes. Okay, so we're still at 45,000, whatever. And you start to tick that off of all these things.
Mm-hmm.
The net positive is so fucking high.
And do you know how much better, how much better those parks are going to be taken care of?
Yeah, because guess what? If they fucking slack and don't have clean bathrooms and shit like that, and don't have the lawn mowed and whatever, you're not going to keep up in your pass.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I think all these things are so easily solved. The issue is the government.
Yeah.
And I didn't know we were going there today, but we're there.
Mm-hmm. We went there. Mm-hmm.
So, anyways.
You're the one that started going there. And I don't even know why you went there.
I didn't even mean to. I don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't know either. You started that rant, and I was just like, how did we get from this to government?
You want to know why? Because you brought up healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fun.
But anyway, so competed in Jiu Jitsu competition this past weekend.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
Seemed to go pretty all right.
Mm-hmm.
Took second place in gi and third place in no gi.
What'd you learn?
I learned I need to work on submissions and my stand-up game.
Yeah.
Most of the matches I kind of controlled. When we got them to the ground, I kind of controlled them. And stuff. So, yeah, submissions and my stand-up game. My takedowns.
Do you mean, okay, you're taking it. So, like, going from standing to being on top of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to work on takedowns and submissions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to work on my stamina because my motor runs out.
Mm-hmm.
I need to work calves and forearms.
Mm-hmm.
I would say those are like the three things body-wise I need to work on. Forearms, calves, and my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to work on my subs and my takedowns.
Yeah, I think some reflexes too.
Yeah, I'm a little slow.
Yeah.
My reflexes aren't the fastest.
It's really fun. I highly suggest to like go watch one of these just for the hell of it. It's really fun to see like some of these big guys move fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so the faster you move, the less likely you are going to be in like some kind of
compromised position.
Right. Or and then like your opponent can't score points because they weren't on you like for long enough.
Right.
So yeah, it was really cool to see some of the bigger guys, especially like some of them move fast.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, it almost looks like flailing, but I'm sure to them it's very like systematic and they know what to do.
Right.
But yeah, you did well. I think Shaun had like not a harder class, but Shaun wasn't in masters, so you had 7 people in your bracket.
Yeah.
And like Shaun was the second
so
oldest.
I was in the open. Yeah, I was in the open. Yep.
Yeah, so Shaun was the second oldest, so he was going against mainly like 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
Except for.
And then me and Delfino, the 29-year-olds for the main event.
Yeah. That was a good match.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Tom yesterday at the gym was like, that was super cool to watch. Like, you guys got after it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good match.
Yeah, it was.
We gave her.
Mm-hmm.
We both gave her pretty hard.
I told Shaun I'm more disappointed in his second place than his third place.
Thanks.
Just reminding you.
Yeah, no, I'm just, I was just happy overall with the performance. I learned so much. I learned like, both those could have been my wins had I played the game a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Had I, whatever.
Just taking the extra, like we talked about, just taking the extra minute to like calm your mind, clear your mind, because like I've never seen a competition like that, and I'm sure most like competitions are like that, like not just jiu-jitsu, but most comps in general.
Sure.
Because it's just like each mat just like says what match they're not number they're on. And so if there's a submission, you could be on right away. Instead of like the full 5 minute, 5 to 8 minute matches that they are. So you have that happen over and over and over again, and your match could be pushed very quickly, half an hour. Or sometimes, like, if another mat's going faster, I think they were moving brackets around to different mats.
They had to, because I was not supposed to be on mat 7 for my nogi.
Yeah.
And then, bam, mat 7, you're up. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. So it happened twice to Shaun.
Yeah.
And it was actually both your losses, where it was like, all of a sudden, it's like, boom, you're on.
Both my losses, yeah.
So the rest of them, like, Shaun was able to, like, listen to his music, clear his mind, focus, and calmly go up and go. And so we were talking after the fact, we're like, okay, next time, like, because you have, like, 5 minutes to get to the mat or something, 3 to 5 minutes.
I'll give a couple minutes for
Yeah.
sure.
Once your opponent, I think it's like once your opponent gets there.
Yeah.
But even taking 30 seconds to a minute to just quickly put your headphones on
Right.
and just zone in, it would have helped so
Oh,
much.
big time. Yep.
So that's another thing we learned too.
So yeah, that was, yeah, for sure. It was fun, dude. It was fun to see everyone competing.
It was
fun
a lot
to see
of fun.
people winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Mitch got 2 golds.
Yep. Shovel got gold. Dave got a couple golds.
Yeah.
James got a gold and
2 golds and a bronze.
2 golds and a bronze. Yeah, dude, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm tired.
Even Tony got a silver, didn't he? Or bronze?
Tony got bronze.
Yeah.
I think.
And
Jason got a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another guy that the same thing happened where, like, he rolled up at 11:30 and then his
Oof.
match got bumped up an hour.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That one was rough.
Yeah, that was like, hey, Tony, you're on. And he's like, I'm in my regular clothes. What do you mean? I don't go up for another hour. Nope, right now. Yeah. But anyway, dude, it was fun. I learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Fucked up my rotator cuff pretty good. Not to the point where, like...
You need surgery?
No, it's just rest and recovery. So rest and recovery for a few weeks, and...
Which is good timing.
Perfect time for vacay.
Dude.
Hopefully my fucking low testosterone having ass can still recover.
Yeah. I'm so stoked, guys. I was trying to find, some way to incorporate Harry Potter into this trip. And lo and behold, our Airbnb in Porto sent this link of, like, here's, like, a quick link of, like, things to do or whatever. And one of the tabs was, like, what to do on rainy days, because all of a sudden it's now going to rain while we're there. The first thing is called WOW, which is, like, the world of wine, which I guess is, like, it's like multiple warehouses of different wineries and restaurants and cafes and stuff like that. So that'll
I'd be
really
down for that.
That'll be really cool. The second bullet point is a bookstore. So one already got me. You already got me jazzed up for it. And then in there, it says it's a place that brought inspiration to J.K. Rowling to write Harry Potter. And then there's also, I think, a coffee shop right after that that she also, I think, wrote some stuff in. So I'm so stoked. I'm excited.
That's good. That's in Porto.
Yeah, it's in Porto.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. You got anything else?
There was something else I was going to say earlier, because we were talking about something, and something just happened. Oh, actually, it was about our trip. I don't know what it is about Shaun and I, but the weather follows. I was looking, I always, like, watch the forecast, like, for 2 weeks before we go on a trip in places. Always. Because then I'm like, okay, like, if it's this weather for 2 weeks, it's going to be that weather while we're there. So I was, like, watching Madrid. Madrid is, like, it was supposed to be upper 60s, a little cloudy, and I was like, that's doable. Cool. And then, like, Porto, it's been, like, mid-70s and sunny, and I was like, beautiful, this will be great. And Lisbon was the same thing, mid-70s, sunny. It's like, great. I pull it up this week because I was like, okay, I should just make sure what the weather's going to be. Madrid is still mid-60s, but mid to lower 60s now. Porto, rain, and maybe we'll hit 60. Every day we're in Porto. I'm like, are you kidding me? Lisbon, I obviously can't see for when we're there, but it looks like it's going to rain the same time we're in Porto as it will in Lisbon. And it looks like once the rain stops, it'll be in the mid-70s. I'm hoping. This is not the first time this has happened to us.
Nope.
Probably not the last. No. I think Hawaii is so hard, I think, for it to follow there. It still rained, though, while we were there. It was a little chilly.
It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. But it wasn't, like, sunshine, sunny, like the first time we went there.
Sure. Tell you what, dude, when we went to Singapore, it was beautiful.
Singapore was beautiful, but I think it's hard to be not beautiful in Singapore.
It's beautiful. Anyways, we could be going there. We could have been going there.
We could have been going there.
Damn. I'm gonna tell you what.
You're happy we're not.
How long of a flight we got?
8 hours.
8-hour flight.
8 hours, the long one. Then we have a 1 hour flight after that.
So we gotta fly for 8 hours and then 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow. And the next day.
Yeah.
9 hours.
Yeah.
Compared to 22.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah.
I'm alright with it.
If you ever go to Southeast Asia, I highly recommend just doing the one single long flight.
What's that, 19 hours?
19? 19 to 22, depending on where you're going and where you come from.
Catch me with the fuck that.
That's way better than what we did.
2 12 hours.
2 13 hours.
2 13 hours with a fucking 8-hour layover.
Yeah.
Fuck all of that.
That one sucked. It's just so much easier to just get it all done in one go.
Yeah.
Because then you're only on there for 20 hours instead of 26 in total.
Right.
And then you're just there. And then you don't have to wait for another 8 hours.
Ish, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Yeah. It was cool, though, I will say. So the first time we went to Singapore, we had an 8-hour layover in Istanbul, Turkey. And it was New Year's Day, New Year's Eve when we landed. And so at midnight, the airport just, like, looks out across. I think there's, like, a little something. I don't know. I thought there was, like, a body of water or something. But where we were sitting in the airport, you could see, like, quite a bit of the city. And so we were sitting there. There's just fireworks going off everywhere at midnight. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But I still hated the flights. So I've done both ways. I've done the 2 13 hours and the one straight one.
Right.
And I prefer the straight one. They're so chill on those flights because they're like, obviously you have to stand and walk around. So they just like let you fucking stand,
cool.
do loops. I think there's even like a section kind of in the back that you can like stand for a while. Yeah. There was, me and Hannah sat next to each other. One of my college friends. The dude sitting in the window seat slept and sat there for the entire 20-hour flight.
Jesus.
He was a little Asian man, and I was like, you've done this flight too many times.
My body couldn't handle it.
Dude, yeah. Wild. Anyways, that's what I got for you. Traveling tomorrow.
Let's get to packing.
Let's get to packing.
All right, gang. Catch you in the next one.
See ya.